Spencer, Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. Proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. This is More Than Just a Podcast. It is season 13. It is episode 57. I think one season we did 60. 13 long years, John. Bizarrely, John is still with us for question time. Well done. He knows the
thank you
summer
very
break
much.
is coming. You're very welcome. Where are you doing?
I'm at home talking to yous, eating a choc ice.
Which is exactly what you said about an hour ago when we recorded the last
I
episode.
wasn't eating a choc ice then.
No, true. If you haven't listened to the Outside Broadcast, episode 55, go back and listen, or 56. It's a cracker. It's an hour and 10 minutes of riveting podcast. But this is the question.
Podcast gold.
Podcast gold. Back with us is Shedman. Where are you and what are you doing?
I'm in my shed.
Next year, I think we should have jingles as well. What do you think, John? Can we ask?
No, I don't think so.
Well, hang on a minute. Why do you get a jingle? John should have a jingle. Len should have a jingle. I should have a jingle. We should, no, right.
I don't know anyone who makes jingles.
Well, your son, George. Do you remember George?
Oh yeah, and my daughter's a musician.
Of
So.
course, we could get Rosanna to sing us a new theme tune. Sing the theme tune. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Anywho,
That went down well, didn't it?
it did. Anywho, it is question time, and of course, I, being me, have forgotten to put the jingle up. But it's time for this. Yeah, it's Facebook Twitter question time, where you, the 8 or 9 listeners, get to ask us, the 3 presenters, some stuff. By the way, I didn't say where Canning Town Len is this week. He's got a lot going on the studio, end of season sales and everything. So he sends his apologies. Couldn't make it today.
Don't lie. He didn't
That's what he
send his
said.
apologies. He
Yes,
didn't
he
say,
did.
"Oh, I'm sorry, I can't be there."
Yes, he did. He said, and I will read out, right? Do you want me to read out what he said? Right? He said, I'll let you know I'm a bit behind in the studio. Then he wrote, I'm out. And then he wrote, yous go ahead. It was good last time, and we've already got one out. There you go. That's what
So
he
where's
said.
the apologies?
Well, I filled it in for him.
Right, there you go then. So I told you you're a liar.
Deep down, he's got a lot of empathy.
I suspect he might have a bit of sunstroke.
Well, he was quite pink.
he was sat in that sun,
he was quite
face
pink.
on for a long time. He was there before all of us, wasn't he?
He drank more lager as well and gins than probably us, because he drinking during the game as well. Anywho, it's Facebook Twitter question time and direct messages.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, do you have any direct messages before we start? Any Twitter, Nigel?
Funny enough,
No.
I don't think I have today for some strange reason. That is quite
One,
strange.
2, 3, 4. We've only got 5 questions at the moment. Oh, this could be a really short question. Whee!
Do you reckon?
Never-
Because
yeah.
I put it on Twitter as well.
Oh, here we go. Are you gonna read out Twitter first, or are you gonna go?
So
straight?
Joe Frost on Twitter.
All right, okay.
So Joe says, how many players who didn't enjoy playing under Moyes and might have been looking for an exit might have a rethink and stay to play for Loppy? So that presupposes, though, we know how many players didn't enjoy playing under Moyes. Do we know how many?
No, I mean only rumours and everything, but they're the players that You know.
Well, if you listen to the rumours, most of the squad.
Well,
Like,
that's not true. I mean, Bowen came out and said some nice stuff about him. Obviously, Ben Rama, Kera, people that left, Fornals, quite openly, maybe
Yeah, but
didn't like his style. But I mean, the people played, his favourites week in, week out. I don't think they had a problem with him.
oh.
Do you think so?
I,
Do you think Bowen
listen,
had a problem with him? Do you?
I think generally the rules are that if you leave the club, you'll slag him off because he
Yeah,
didn't
of
play you.
course.
Yeah. And if you're not picked, you'll slag him off because he ain't picking you. But if you're picked, you think he's the greatest manager you've played under. So
do you think we'll get that? Do you think the likes of like Paquetá and Kudus will come out and say he's been a really good manager?
I don't think you'll ever get the truth. I
No.
don't think. I think everybody, in a way, when they come out and criticise a manager they played for, in a way, they've all got an agenda.
Yeah.
They want to try and justify. Ben Rama wants to justify why he sort of, you could say, got bombed out of West Ham. I'll do it. I'll justify it. You were fucking shit, mate.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah.
try and hit the target and not the corner flag.
Yeah. At the end of the day, when he puts Ben Rama on the pitch, if Ben Rama delivered week in, week out, like the likes of Antonio does, like the likes of Bowen does, then he'd still be at the team, wouldn't he? But he didn't.
Yeah. Well, you can be really, really bad and still get picked. He did.
It
He
depends
does.
what position. Yeah, unfortunately for
yeah.
Ben Rama, we did have people that could play in his position. Unfortunately, we let another one of them go in Fornals, who, funny enough, hasn't come out and said anything to that extent, has he?
No.
No. So
Has Ben Rama been slagging? Has he?
well, I don't think he's been impressed with it, has he?
I haven't seen much of what he's had to say. I saw a statement flying around from Fornals this week.
Saying what?
It was something about why he left. When he wasn't getting the games and he wasn't whatever the decision was made with his family or something like that. It was time to leave. But, yeah, not seen that knocking about.
Yeah, I'd see it, but and that's the thing. At the end of the day, people criticise Moyes. Maybe they should criticise the club more for January. I don't know. I've always maintained that the wrong decision wasn't letting them go. The wrong decision was the lack of replacements.
But then there's the rumour about the replacements he was offered and refused. Because there's what's his name's supposed to be back on, isn't it? Zaha. There's a lot of talk about that happening again.
Well, we were offered him on loan, and Moyes turned it down.
That's a fact, is it?
It is a fact, yeah.
There you go.
Of course, nothing to do with his Zaha, allegedly.
And David Moyes, a
shaking
member of
his
David Moyes' family, Sean. Yeah,
Sorry?
a member of David Moyes' family.
Who?
No, that's surely that's the actual line that you take.
What?
Well, you don't want to go. David Moyes was, or
Daughter.
Zaha was. Well, yeah, I didn't think you'd want to go down that road,
Oh.
Mr. Litigation.
Well, no.
But
no.
now you've mentioned it. That was the story while they were at Man United. That Zaha was giving Moyes his daughter away.
It was alleged, and Zaha came out and denied it.
Right.
And
Did his
said,
daughter deny it?
No. But who knows? Perception is everything, as they say.
Yeah.
Anyway, we need to get back to question time.
I wonder if she was good at the back.
Oh, now you're straying
What?
in dangerous territory.
I was just defensive.
By the way, I've sent you who the company secretary is.
She
for
might have
Thames
played-
Ironworks Works.
Might have played a low block.
I found the company secretaries for Thames Ironworks, so you need
have
to
you?
do a little bit of.
Oh, do you want me to do a bit of digging?
I do, yeah.
No, I can do that.
Because Operation Share Certificate is complete. Let's
Oh,
just
was it?
say that. Yeah.
Well, it isn't complete yet, is it? Because the exchange of goods hasn't
I
taken
know,
place.
but I like mine. I've got you one
Right, okay.
signed by
Yeah,
Frank
but
Hills.
we
Oh,
don't need to discuss
We
this.
don't discuss
What
how
I said about
sausages are made.
discussing it publicly.
All right,
we
okay,
do
yeah,
certain
all right.
things stay behind closed doors.
Okay. Anyway, question time.
Yes.
Where are we? Where were we?
Where were we indeed? Nigel was waffling, trying to give more people time to get their questions in. So, plus my battery was going on my phone. So, well, we're up to, it's there, people. If you don't comment, you don't get a show. Robert Jesse James says, do we know who we're in the market for? So he thinks we definitely need, you ready? A centre forward, fullbacks. Oh, sorry. Yeah, centre forward, fullbacks, and a centre half. And he also said, I've got a thought. If Man City got Paquetá, I like this, would you take Grealish in part exchange? And any teams going down, we could poach from. He said, I quite like Gibbs White as well. So he's not fussy, Jesse James. Any teams we could, any players. I mean, this is something we used to do quite a lot.
Anyone from Luton?
Yeah, anyone from Luton that you would fancy?
No one
No.
jumps out.
No, me. That's what I was trying to think. And go,
No one, not the striker they had.
Well, I'd rather have Gibbs White. Is he a striker, Gibbs White?
No, he's midfielder, but he is a good player.
I mean, as far as Grealish goes, well, you know, I can't really see that happening, could you? Grealish wouldn't want to come to us anyway, would he? Let's face it. He's now been at City all this time. He wants to stay at that level, doesn't he not?
Yeah.
I would imagine. I mean, unless we get a straight swap, eh?
Colton Morris is the one that I liked from Luton.
Right.
And not being funny, I'll tell you I'd have as well. Ross Barkley.
Oh, really?
Yep. I would.
Well, he has done well.
Yeah.
There was talk about him getting back in the England squad, wasn't there?
Yeah. No, 100%. I think Ross Barkley has been.
How old is he?
He's got to be about 28 now, I think, Ross Barkley. 29.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you've heard the first show, Rob, you'd have heard us give our thoughts on where we need to strengthen. What other team? Who's the other two teams gone down? Anyone?
Burnley.
At Burnley? No, not really. And there's no one at Sheffield United. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't buy anyone from Sheffield United, no matter how good they were. Frankly.
Barkley's 30.
Oh, is he?
Oh yes.
Oh, right. Maybe a bit.
How old is Chris Wood?
I wouldn't necessarily want Chris Wood.
He's
either.
29, 30.
Oh, he's 32. Actually, I just looked him up. He's 32. We don't want him.
Well, you wouldn't want him anyway.
Well, he's not bad. Maybe his day's gone.
Yeah.
Who got Player of the Year for Burnley?
I don't know.
Can't
Not
be
Burnley
good.
fan.
To be honest with you, I haven't really taken much notice of Burnley.
Oh, I know. There's a player called Josh Cullen.
Did he get player of the year?
Well, he did last year, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Did he play all season, Josh?
No, I think he was in and out of the team.
Was
I
he?
think you'll find. Yeah.
Okay.
There was a period where he wasn't, and then they brought him back in. I think he did okay though, but he didn't. He hasn't tore up trees, has he?
No.
He hasn't become the player that people could point to and go, see, we're wrong to let him go. So
He signed a long-term deal with. Oh, do you know what? He's 27 years old. Why do I think he was as young?
no. Well, he was 23 when we let him go, or near enough 24, because you think he went and had. He had 2 seasons at Anderlecht. He's just had 2.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Next up, excuse my cough. Sean. Nah, then, gents. Yorkshire.
Hey.
A fitting game to mark Moyes' final time at Soulless Ball. Reminiscent of many we've seen in the past. Absolute shit in the first half. Then the players remembered it was a competitive game. And Moyes' favourites, JWP and Souček, brought some respectability to the scoreline. Rounded off with a great goal from Earthy. Anyway, that's enough of Moyes. Time to see what Steiden and Lopetegui can come up with to rebuild the squad in need of major overhaul in the summer. AI continues. Then. I'm not against Julian Lopetegui, as many seem to be already. That's nice of you, Nick. In fact, I'd have taken Julian Cleary over Moyes. Is he the most exciting appointment? No. But I'd urge people to do some research on how he sets his teams up before just saying he's the Spanish Moyes. There you go. Do your research, people. He's not the Spanish Moyes. And frankly, as long as he's not the Spanish Allardyce, I don't give a fuck. Questions? One for you, Sean. What are you doing?
What are you doing, Sean?
I'm just messaging a source, actually.
Oh, you was messaging. I was massaging there.
You can turn things on silent.
Do you know what? I've tried to do this on my iPhone. I just can't work it out.
Anyway, one for the stooge. Where does Sullivan having a veto come from? As there's nothing about a veto in the Articles of Association. Just that the board will decide on matters by a simple majority vote.
Well, not everything's in that Articles Association. There's lots of things that are not in those Articles Association.
Right.
He's right, though. It's not in the Articles Association.
Where are the Articles of Association?
Oh, they're published on Company's House.
Website,
Yeah. By the way, Player of the Year for Burnley.
Yeah.
Sanderberg.
Oh, right.
Sanderberg.
Sanderberg.
They bought him from Sheffield United.
He's a defensive midfielder. Norwegian.
I'll tell you what I'd like to
26.
nick, if we could, and if there's a need for them to sell, I'd like to nick that. Is it Murillo, the Forest centre back? It's a Brazilian. He's 21 years old and he's been superb, I think. Yeah.
I've only got that Brazilian striker. Is it Danilo?
Don't know. Oh yeah, I know who you mean.
Sounds like a portable toilet.
Yeah.
AI Sean then says, who thinks we'll see new investment this summer? No, none of us. And 3, question we can't answer really, but what's Doddsy going to do without a European tour? I can answer that.
Go
to the cinema.
I was going to say, go to the cinema.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
Limitless, isn't he?
Yeah. He's going to go back the
play golf badly.
Yeah, the Odeon Taunton will be his regular haunt.
Has it got a bar attached?
Probably. That and the golf club. Anyway,
have you listened back yet to the outside broadcast, Nigel?
No.
Oh, well, you're in for some treat because our Welsh friend makes he makes a special.
Was he there? Was he?
He was, and I interviewed him, and there's a.
Oh right. Did he need like extra points so he could get a ticket for the baseball?
Oh, well, you're gonna. We talk about that. You've got to listen back because I was a little bit drunk and I didn't pronounce his name correctly, and.
You never can when you're sober. I wouldn't worry about it.
He thought he'd have a little bit of fun with me, but yeah, I speak to him for about 5 minutes, so worth a listen.
All right, that's good.
A one ye, Tairu, a one ye or something. The Forest striker. Is that who you're thinking of?
No. There's a bloke called Danilo, I think. That 1 year he scores against us and not really many others. I think he got about 8 or 10 this season.
So you've chatted away, and now suddenly there's 17 comments on.
All right, I'll crack
Facebook.
on then now.
Danilo, midfielder.
Yeah. Mr. Paul. Oh, this is now Facebook's bloody jumped about.
Oh, here we go.
Got to remember, I've asked AI Sean and Jesse James. Next up, Paul Noland. Evening passengers. Used to be the chauffeur. He's a train driver now, apparently.
Oh, is that true?
Well, no, it's not. But he comes by train. He don't drive anymore.
Oh, okay.
But here we go. Unfortunately, I was not at the game on Saturday, but believed that it was a fitting send-off. Some big changes on the way in the summer. Who do you think the biggest changes will be in playing personnel? So he's gone for a striker and defenders a must.
There you go. Well, that's lucky because they are the priority.
There you go. Short and sweet tonight. Have a good summer. Here's to next season and the fun starts again. He says, I'm off to Wembley on Saturday for the League One playoff.
Oh.
So not quite over for me.
Is he chauffeuring some VIPs?
As Ringo would say, love and peace, everyone. Well, I guess he's going to watch Oxford.
Oh, okay. Is he from round that way?
He is, yeah.
Oh. He's a sort of Clarkson's Farm fan then, is he?
Well, I don't
Round Chippy.
know. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think they're up that way. Because when Oxford won the League Cup, I was there with my mate on the terraces. That was a
There you
day
go.
out. Chelsea turned up, had a big punch up with QPR on the terraces. It was quite an experience. Kenny Dunn. But he hasn't got a question. No, it's question time, Ken. But more an opinion. He says, it appears to me Lopetegui has a similar style to Moyes at times. So I dare say we may struggle next season if you include a fair few changes in the squad. He thinks we'll be 11th to 14th. But that's all right, John, as long as we have a good cup run.
No, it's just look, if I can just go to football and enjoy watching it, I'll be happy with that, mate.
Did you not enjoy it at the weekend?
First off, no, I didn't.
All right.
I was the first one down at half time to get the beers in.
I bet you Jay beat you.
You'll hear on the podcast, I bumped into him at 29 minutes.
Oh, right. There you go.
I
then.
went for a pee and bumped into him, and he says, I'm spoiling the podcast for those who don't listen. He went, he's a beep of a manager, and then says, I said, what beer are you going to drink? He went, I don't care, even if it's alcohol free. Get away from that. Eat. Lots of C-bombs in there.
Oh, right. I turned round to say to him, come down, there's a spare. Every time, like, it one, he didn't look, and then two, he disappeared. He was gone, and then
Yeah, he was
obviously, yeah. And then Captain Miserable went down at the end of the game, so he didn't have to say goodbye to Moyes.
Yeah. There
What do you think of the send-off to Luton? Did you boys cover it?
Yeah.
I thought it was incredible. I mean, because we were going to wait there for the lap of appreciation or whatever you call it, Sean.
Lap
the right
of
way?
appreciation, yeah.
Yes, that's it. Because we were waiting to stay and do that, and I obviously, as we all had a few, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to go to the loo and get back up there. And they were still stood there exactly where I left them.
Some time they took 10 minutes just showing the bloody videos. A save of the season, goal of the season. You think, Christ, are people really going to wait this long?
Well,
Did you
right,
cover
but
all
wasn't
that
it?
in the main pod? Did you?
Yeah,
Sean?
we did.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Yeah.
What, the Player of the Year? Did you?
Yeah, we did.
And the presenting? Did you?
Yeah,
cover
yeah.
that?
We talked about Andy Reid presenting it. Yeah, as I told you he would.
Supporters Club Player of the Year, Sean.
Yeah.
It's funny because I don't remember Supporters Club emailing me to ask me for my vote. But
No.
anyway,
No.
no. But then, if there had been a Supporters Club this season, perhaps we may have been able to vote. But that's another story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still, at least he got on the pitch, innit? Hey, good luck to him. That's
Yeah.
what I say.
We didn't really get on the pitch. It was the side to the pitch.
Well, yeah.
I don't know
there
who
you
that
go.
person was. I assume it was Bowen's dad and mum with him.
Oh, right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to have to look
Probably it
that
was a
up.
lucky member that won the prize to get on the pitch with him.
I'm going to look it up. I'll tell you.
Okay. Tom Devlin. That's the Devlin in disguise. Says, evening, guys. Hoping new manager can bring a bit more entertainment back to watching West Ham. Obviously, we didn't score enough goals for you, Tom. And certainly bring in players to shore up.
You are painful, Nigel. You really are painful. Honestly,
dear.
I don't know how you just carry on. Oh
What?
dear.
What?
Oh dear.
What? I'm just
No,
curious.
go on.
Anyway, I'm not fishing at all, John.
You're such a shit stirrer. Between you and Sean, honestly, you're like cut from the same cloth, really. Just go about it different ways.
Yeah, I'll just do it deliberately. Do you think the board would have gone for Lopetegui if they had to pay another club compensation to get him?
No.
No, I don't think they would have actually.
It's not Sullivan's style. Let's be honest.
We all know what Sullivan's style is.
Did it actually? You say that, but did he not have to buy Steve Bruce out of Crystal Palace?
I
Because
was
there
told
was
he
a lot
never
of
has.
bad
And I know
blood.
with Pellegrini had to buy himself out. Do you know what? Why don't I ask someone, a source?
Ask
Can't
him.
say who.
And I'll tell you why. Ask Bazza. Right. And I'll tell you why, because there was a lot of bad, because it was weird, because they sacked Trevor Francis and they wanted Steve Bruce. Bruce had been doing well at Palace, but only been there for 3 or 4 months. And Bruce had been a player at Birmingham, I think, and captain. And then I don't know if he either walked out on Palace or they had to buy him out, or there was a big hoo-ha, and that's what kicked off the real feud between Simon Jordan and Golden Sullivan, to the point that when they turned up with Birmingham to watch Palace play, I'm pretty sure it's true, Simon Jordan put dildos on their seats. So
Oh, really?
when they went
We lost him again.
on the seats.
Yeah, there you go.
That's something you could imagine Simon Jordan doing, isn't it?
It is something you can imagine.
Tom Devlin says he hopes this isn't a missed opportunity for a younger manager with modern ideas rather than going with what may be the cheaper option. Regardless, we've got to get behind him and don't start with the fans on his back.
Yeah, true.
Well
True
said.
that.
Well said. Gary J. Lucky he's got an R in his first name because it might be a bit funny. But anyway, evening boys, he says. Greetings from Michigan, USA. Yeehaw! Oh no, he says we don't yeehaw in these parts. Sorry, Gal. You'll have to tell me what they say up in Michigan. Probably past the spanner, mate. If you know what they do in Michigan. I appreciate what Moyes has done and the memories he's given West Ham fans. I don't believe he deserves the disrespect some fans are giving him. That being said, he believes it's time to go, and I wish him well on his next endeavour. He says, I'm excited to see what Lopetegui can bring, and I hope he can make us European regulars. Come on, you Irons.
Well, that's one thing I find interesting is how great and how wonderful everyone said that Moyes is throughout the press corps, every which way. But, you know, where's the next job lined up ready for him to go? He's signed up for Talk Sporting or something.
Well, funny enough, when he was asked, didn't he say Talk Sport, the BBC and UEFA?
Yeah, but hang on. One, TalkSport is only a gig for the Euros.
Yes.
UEFA is his normal technical role for the Euros, as it always is. And I would imagine BBC is the same. So it's a summer gig just for the Euros, all three, I believe.
But if he was so good and so highly rated, he would be lined up now to go in July for somewhere, wouldn't he?
No.
I think no. But I think
you're
he
David Moyes,
wants a rest, doesn't he?
Yeah. If you're David Moyes, yeah, you're waiting for November.
What, for Lopetegui to...
Well, not necessarily.
But anyone.
Sean Dyche could be the what's its name? Could be the Nottingham Forest bloke.
Yeah.
You know, or any of these clubs struggling at the foot of the table.
I could see them coming in November and offering him a go. Do you know what? We'll give you a massive bonus if you keep us up. You know, they can afford to offer him a 5, even a £10 million bonus. Go, tell you what, right? We'll pay you a minimum wage, but 10 million if you keep us up. It's worth it for
His stock is not high, but I think it's well respected. But I still maintain he ain't getting a bigger club than us.
No.
And that is the truth. He ain't getting a bigger club than us.
No.
So,
Though he could go to Celtic.
yeah, he
Could
could
do.
get. Yeah, I would argue they're not a bigger club than us.
How about the
But
Scottish
Celtic are about to
national?
win the double, John.
How about the Scottish national club? He's always said he might have
It
a go.
depends on. I imagine Steve Clarke would want the World Cup. If he has a good Euros,
Yeah,
he'll want to take him to the World Cup. So I can't see Steve Clarke going.
fair
in there.
enough. Fair enough.
Daryl Buddy Holly says, evening all. He said it was fun listening to your Saturday podcast. More than anything, I'm happy it's ending well. And he got a great send-off. So thank you and well done to everyone that was there to do that for us. You're welcome, Daryl. Some of us actually did partake. John and Lynn, never mind. Gave me the best
I
years
was
of my
there.
West Ham supporting life.
I gave him a round of applause. We went
Oh,
down to
did
the
you?
lower section.
Did you? Yeah, you gave round.
Yeah, no, he did. It was Len that didn't.
Oh, right, okay. Anyway, well done, John.
I'm not a bitter man.
Oh, all right.
Always do
We're
me as
digging
you
some.
like to make out.
In fact, it
Yeah,
was
fishing.
nine. John went. Now you've had your applause. Now fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen the West Ham. Now fuck off home.
I think it's what we call a little nibble there, people. But anyway, at least we don't have to keep arguing about how we all know the board made that situation worse by burying their head in the sand. I'm not excited as some of you are. J-Lo didn't seem great at Wolves to me. No, you're right. I mean, he only took him from bottom to 13th. So there you go. I understand some of your views that he's principled and won't stay if he's not happy. But that makes me more think he's a bad fit. Whatever happens, I'm West Ham, so support whoever. But I hope some of the youth keep coming through, don't we all? As part of what seems like a huge change in playing staff. I hope he doesn't waste the money. Although, here we go. If Tim's in charge, we got no worries. Yeah, okay. Thank you for another year. Great podcast. You're welcome. I want to check out Len's offer today on tomorrow on his earthy painting. Great as always. So Len painted earthy, has he?
Has he done the earthy
He
with
was planning
Caduce?
to do it. Yeah.
All right. We'll have a butchers at that. Next up, it's a good friend of the show. I hope he's doing well. It's Mr. Ian Wiley, the Frenchman from Guernsey. The Jersey Hammer himself.
Does he actually speak like that?
He does. He's got a French accent.
Huh?
Mais oui, he says.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. Like Bergerac, isn't it? Great result on Saturday. After a poor first half. Second half was much better. Great send-off for Moyes, which he thoroughly deserved. But fantastic for Earthy to get his goal. Turned out a great day. It sounded like you all enjoyed it. Well, we did have a great day, didn't we? I'll have to listen to the live.
It was.
Then.
Yeah,
It was a good
you're
day.
like it. We
Did
talked
we
to your
talk
mate
about?
Mark Walker as well, and
Oh, did we?
Freddie Walker's on there as well.
we-
You'd
did we-
be surprised how many people we interviewed, or I interviewed.
Did we talk about like who got the result right? Anyway,
Yeah, you did get the result right. Well done.
there you go.
And Charlie.
And Charlie, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Taking all the limelight for yourself,
Sorry.
Charlie.
Yeah, it's poor old Charlie. Lives in my shadow. As for Lopetegui, I just hope he gets given a fair chance by Moyes out brigade. Yeah, make you righty. Then Moyes out brigade. You going to give him a fair chance, John?
Are you, John?
Carry on.
Oh, damn.
Trying to
I've
get
got
Where,
one.
where, where
I
is
need a
Len?
bigger worm.
Len, Len, come back, Len. Because you tell it as it is. I'm not as rude as you,
Yeah.
but I'm not far away from telling him.
Anyway, I'm off to get a bigger worm. Let me see. The next one's going to get him, people, I tell you. From what I've read, he might turn out to be okay, says Ian. Time will tell, but we've got to give the bloke a chance. He's asked, do we think he'll get it, or will the fans, West Ham have just scored 2-1, under 21s, against Sunderland. Do you guys think he'll get it, or will fans be too rushed for improvements? And he thanks us as always. I think he'll get the time. At least 3 months. How long did you give him, John?
I'll give him his contract.
2 years.
I think, when you look at it, I think it could. Well, it will go one or two ways, isn't it? But I like to think that it could go the right way based on the fact that it's going to be like progression, hopefully, a slow, steady change instead of like a massive change quickly, which I don't think our squad and our club could deal with. So I think it might end up, although it's the cheaper option and whatever, it might be the shrewd option. That's my positive thoughts there, Nigel. Not too doomy.
See, now that should have had a jingle. John's positive thought of the day.
Oh no, let's not go with the day. Let's go John's monthly positive thought.
That's it, yeah. Just once a month. Chris Savile Rowe. He says, for all the stick Moyes got, his first season, full season with us was bloody exciting. His first season, John, calm down. The only reason I listened to this podcast was actually due to Moyes.
Oh.
Well, let's crack on. Usually with West Ham, by the time the game is done, I don't want to hear about it again. But I remember his first full season. We were pushing for fourth or higher at one point. True. We had 2 3-all draws in a row. Goals are fun, people. I couldn't get enough, but it ran its course. So hopefully upwards and onwards under the new man. Lastly, he says, still no question, but Len said at the start of the season, JWP wouldn't score a free kick for West Ham. He says, I laughed at the time. He was bloody right then, wasn't he? Like the second best free kick taker in Premier League history, couldn't score a free kick for West Ham. Well, he's right. That's the West Ham.
So far, he could score one against City.
Yeah, ain't happening. Great show. Thanks for another good season. Brady out. He's played 50 games for West Ham.
How many free kicks do I want? How many free kicks has he taken?
That's a good question. I mean, we've not worked actually.
He hasn't even got close, has he?
No.
No. Well, it depends what you call close. He hasn't hit the bar, but
He hasn't hit the bar, or
he's just
particularly,
above.
or particularly made the keeper make a dramatic save.
No, he did. He did. The one at the weekend, he made the keeper. It was on target, and the keeper made a save.
No, I said like a dramatic save.
Like he caught the ball in his chest.
Yeah.
Well, it was on target. That's the start.
Oh. Next up, me and Len saw him on Saturday. It's our good friend, Mr. Davy Jones, Ziggy Stardust. Evening all said it was good to finish off the season with a win and probably soften the feelings to all Moyes for some of the fan base. Part of me thinks if he'd not been so stubborn and allowed the team to play with a bit more flair, his tenure could have been even better.
Yep, don't disagree.
There you go. I didn't even have to ask them. Look at that. My question is, if we're bottom 3 come the end of November, John, would you have him back? Brady out.
Brady out. No.
No. You wouldn't have him back. Bottom 3 end of November. No.
I don't want him back.
Oh. Bottom 3 end of December. Would you have him back?
I don't want him back.
So what you're saying, John, is
I don't want him back.
there's a chance.
What about January? Bottom 3. January.
I don't want
you know
him
he
back.
can't spend money now. Yeah.
I don't want him back.
Come on, hands up, people. Who would actually quite like to see him come back, just to see the reaction? Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Next up, Jason back. How would you react, John?
What if he came back?
Yeah, if they said
I would be disappointed. Just as an understatement.
So just to be clear, right? So we just put this one to bed. You don't want him back.
No.
Okay.
I don't want him back.
Okay.
Next up,
But he hasn't gone yet.
No, he ain't gone yet.
Come on, give the man a respect his due. Come on.
Oh yeah, true that.
Yeah. So we can't sing that Michael Jackson song just yet. Jason Backhouse, our friend of the 70s. Evening, gents. So I got to the game early on Saturday, so I had a few beers by the DJ in the concourse. As we were standing there in the lovely sunshine, who should walk past us but Tim Steiden?
Oh really?
As he made his way through the crowds, he started to get noticed and eventually mobbed. Do you think he was trying to take in the vibe of the fans? It's a bit of a strange thing for him to do, isn't it? unusual to see him out on the concourse. That's a bit mad, really.
Well, he's usually, obviously,
doing, man?
he's around the dressing room and everything.
Well, he's
and
banned, isn't he?
He's not banned. He's agreed
is he
not to
not?
go there voluntary.
Oh, right.
Is what the club messages and
So
messaging.
did he, for no reason at all, did he ring the club up and go, "I tell you what, I'm going to voluntarily stay away from them"?
No, obviously they had a
just-
disagreement.
Right.
Moyes made his feelings known, and instead of banning him, they told him what Moyes' issue was him because he thought he went behind.
I
his
think
back.
he knew Moyes' issue. I think the phrase "you backstabbing bastards" generally.
He did have a disagreement about how he was doing due diligence with Lopetegui, and he didn't tell Moyes, but he was just doing his job.
Yeah.
And in the end, they had a disagreement in front of players, is what I was told.
There you go, people. Of course, my words were entirely hypothetical. He may not have called Steiden a backstabbing bastard. It may have been something else.
Lots of people witnessed that.
Anyway,
Do you know someone who witnessed it then?
on to the game. And if any match could sum up
Oh.
our season, then this was it. Pretty awful first half, then like a different team in the second half. Jason said, which I concur, our applause for Luton at the end of the game was well deserved. They battled hard.
Yeah.
And with those applause comes my question. Does this mean we no longer have an irrational hatred of Luton?
I thought they did themselves all right. I mean, I never had an irrational. I mean, did you see the girl who was giving it all the one that we were singing? She's got chlamydia.
Well, I thought that was a bit bad taste, actually.
But
Sean. I'm
you
not
know
sure
what-
that was one for the podcast
All right,
myself.
but
still.
the girl was in the corner did it. The goalkeeper came over and gave her his gloves and his top at the end, and she was completely made up. Then there was the guy with the bald head, which you've seen the famous picture, and he was the one they were going, "You're going to cry in a minute." And there was a few of them close to tears. Fair play to them, right? We've been in that position. We know what it's like. You know, and they've had their year in the sun. You know, so fair play. It's tough for any fellow fan to be relegated. It hurts. It really hurts.
Yeah, I thought great support,
Yeah.
stuck together, especially when the stewards waded in,
Yeah,
which was definitely
Yeah.
the highlight for me.
yeah, it was.
That was fantastic. I do love it when the bloke getting nicked actually disappears.
He got
and
away
the
with it.
fighting carries on, and they all forget about the bloke they were nicking.
Yeah, you were all Andy Sheldon and the London Stadium 185.
Well,
they'd be
did you see
looking-
they all ran out afterwards? They all ran outside.
Well, Geordie
So-
Ben was not happy.
Was he not?
Geordie Ben was not happy. Yeah,
No, right.
he thought I think there was too many people around, and he was not happy at how that whole thing was being controlled. So,
But
there'll
I
be some
believe the
stern words.
stewards made a difficult situation very, very worse.
One of the big guys got hauled out. I don't know if you noticed this in my video, but he got hauled out of pulled out by the stewards because he weren't helping things.
Yes,
He
one
was a
of the
bit
stewards
heavy-handed.
did. Yeah.
I don't know whether did Andy Sheldon say anything about it on his Twitter afterwards or not. No, I don't know. I'm asking you, Nigel. Are you still there? Have we lost Nigel? Oh, we've lost him. He's got rubbish internet tonight, John.
Yeah, he's in and out a bit.
His shed. He needs some new internet in his shed. It's a shame because he's got all the questions.
Well, it's difficult. It's difficult to read all the questions while you've got a fishing rod in the other hand, you know.
That's true. You ain't taking the bait, are you? Though.
No, not.
Yeah, you're a bit. Oh, Shedman is back.
Sorry about it.
What happened?
I trod on my internet lead.
Oh, I knew it'd be something like that.
God. I just said, he said you're a bit in and out tonight. I said, well, it's hard to read the questions with one hand when you've got a fishing rod in the other.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I was charging my phone up, so my charger's the other side of the shed. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I've forgotten where I was, so I will cast again a bit later. Ken Irons says, evening,
Irons.
gents. Man from Kent. Sunderland have just equalised. Given J-Lo plays completely different formation and tactics to David Moyes, possession-based game, and at back system, I said a couple of weeks ago, we needed 5 players and 3 promoted from the youth team. He says, or 8 players. What do you think we need now, given the new manager? I still think it's the number I said when you break it down who's leaving. He thinks 8 players.
8 players.
It's conservative. I know it upset the balance of squad, but I don't think we have a choice given the squad we've been left with Moyes era.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
8 players.
I think if we can get away with 3 from the youth in, then that's 5 new 5 new signings, which doesn't sound terrible, does it really? If we can get 5 decent players.
I think
how many first teamers?
if you do too many, I mean, remember when we did too many, it just disrupts the team so much. But
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what you're faced with, though, isn't it?
yeah.
I mean, where I will agree, we've got a thin squad, and it's only going to get thinner.
Paquetá, look, I mean, is Paquetá going? Yes or no?
If the case is dropped, I think, I think.
Well, let's hope it is then.
So that's Paquetá gone.
Yeah. Although some people have said he's gone for the last 4 games.
Well, yeah, he hasn't performed, has he, for the last 4 games? But I mean, let's hope Kudus gives us another year. I think he's your natural Paquetá replacement, isn't he? Really?
Yeah.
I would say. I think there was some talk of when he was signed that he was kind of promised to be in that position. So where does that leave us? We need a left-sided attacking player.
Yeah.
I mean, Bowen can stay where he is. Hopefully Bowen stays.
Well, I don't think Bowen's going anywhere.
No. I think the Dyer situation, as in the Dyer family situation, is going to help him stay at West Ham.
Well, he is shagging Danny Dyer.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's quite a few.
Yeah, I'm not sure about 8.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's a lot.
But I think, like I say, if you include in that, bringing 2 or 3 out of the youth into the squad, keep them around there all the time.
It's 3-1 now, I see.
What's 3-1?
What, Liverpool?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
It makes.
There's been 2 disallowed goals as well. Villa's had 1 chalked off. Liverpool's had 1 chalked off.
Yeah, it makes Spurs game now. Let's just see what Spurs do tomorrow.
I'll have to get back early from Tuesday pub night.
I don't know what a big. So if Spurs, what's the permutation? What happens if Spurs and City draw? Who's top of the table then?
Well, I think that leaves that. Well, I don't know. It'd be goal difference, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So at the moment, Villa have 19 and Spurs have 12 positive goal difference.
Yeah,
no. This is it, right? So here we go. So if City draw with Spurs tomorrow, they're level on points with Arsenal.
With 2 goals behind.
3.
3.
3 goals behind.
Well, if it's nil.
So this is it. This is the ultimate for me. Yeah. Man City draw with Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it all goes to Sunday.
And then we just let them win 8-0 and they win.
Arsenal, top of the table, Arsenal win their game. But City outscore. West Ham's just gone 3-2 up, by the way, now. Away to Sunderland with 3 minutes to go. So who's got the most goals? Right, the most goals. City have got the most goals. So City wouldn't need to beat their goal difference. They would just need to tie on goal difference to then win the league. So they would just need to score 3 more goals. So they could beat us 5-0 and Arsenal could win 2-0 and City win the title, I think. How great would that be?
Yeah. But then, Tottenham are 4 points behind Villa, aren't they? Is that right? Yeah,
No,
4.
because but they got with a game in hand.
Yeah,
So,
so if they win their game in hand,
oh yeah,
they're still
that's
not
the thing.
fourth, are they? They're still not
No.
fourth.
It's Tottenham need to win to get fourth spot.
Well, to have a chance of getting fourth spot, haven't they?
Well, no, because if they win, they'll only have one. Yeah, but hold up. Who would you rather be? Tottenham playing Sheffield United or Villa playing Palace?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's going to win? Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, enough about that.
Where are we up to?
Well, there's 2 minutes to go. We're Sunderland under 21s.
Apparently, West Ham have got scouts for West Ham's Chelsea's last game. Conor Gallagher is a real target for the summer.
Well, you need to scout him.
Apparently.
Do you? You haven't seen him play whole season.
Well, you never know.
Well, it's only because they've got to sell him, have they? Or they're going to
It
sell
looks
someone.
like they're going to sell someone to balance their books, and they get the most money out of that.
This is the Premier League 2 playoff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunderland have just equalised.
No.
Three all?
They have 3-3. Goals are fun, people.
No.
Yeah. So West Ham
We're
goals.
3-1 up.
No, we were 3-2 up. So we went. So we were
What do we
1-0
win
up.
for the playoff?
Promotion.
Oh, because we're in the second division.
Yeah, we're in the second tier. We got relegated last year. So yeah, Kadua scored, Kelly and
Callum
Marshall, yeah.
Yeah.
All my days, it says.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God! What does it go to penalties?
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, because they've had extra time, it'll go penalties. Next up, Barry Carcass is going to pick the bones out of this. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Hi, everybody. The fact that Moyes has given me a memory that I never thought would happen, an opportunity to celebrate winning the tournament with my kids. I can only look at the good times that he's brought us. It's good, John, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the good times.
However, though, it was the right time for us to part ways. It sounds like he's wrote a letter to Simon Bates.
Dear John,
doesn't it?
do you remember we did that once before for John? Do you remember when we did it to Algie?
Quick question, he says. What does the Castor tie-up with Umbro mean for West Ham?
Wow.
He says, my understanding, it gives them the opportunity to produce merchandise with the club's permission. Is this correct?
I know nothing about it, Sean. What's that?
I mean, we're looking for a new kit manufacturer or partner, as they call it, technical partner anyway. So there's, it's interesting where we may go. But Castor is one of the companies that are trying to, take the Premier League by storm, and they're doing very well at it. So you never know; they could be our new sponsor. I got a direct message from Admiral the other day. They've launched a new West Ham range. Did you see that?
Yes, I have seen it.
Yeah, they
there's
direct
a
message me.
couple on there. I'm not sure. Right, that tracksuit top was a bit more Man City for me.
Yeah.
You know, I do like. I did see someone at the 1980 Cup team with the Admiral piping, so I may get myself one of them. I'd still prefer it if they did it with the Ram badge. So if you can have a word, actually, Sean, you can do me a favour.
Go on.
So if they've
What,
made
another
contact
one?
with you, right? Why don't you go back to them and say, have you considered doing the white away shirt 1980, but with a round badge?
All right. Well, write that to me, so because I'll forget and I'll write back.
Because I think they may find that would be a very successful shirt, not with the cup final, but with the Ram badge. And if they could do the shorts and socks, I would maybe be prepared to buy it all and wear it to a game.
Full kit wanker.
I would.
What, at your age?
At my age,
At
mate,
your age?
that is the best kit ever. That white kit with the blue shorts and the blue socks.
It's a bit late, but
Evening, gents. Listening to the podcast last week, How can Sean claim Brady's a successful businesswoman? Hasn't 3 businesses she been major part of gone bust? Anyway, with regards to Mr. I Win Games, that's what happens occasionally when you give the youth a chance. I thought it was nice to see Earthy in case he gets some minutes. But do you think Obama might stay? Because it appears Johnson has his heart set on moving away. And TC's having a pop at the owners again. When will Sullivan consider selling up?
There you
Brady,
go.
get him out.
We should do our tune for all of those questions.
You might have a look at the sound balance because it was quite loud.
Yeah, it was quite
I'd like to
loud.
thank Ian Gravitt for that.
Yeah. Do you think? Do you remember when we did it from you when we said it when you were giving up your season ticket? Do you remember we played
Yeah, I
our
remember,
tune?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably need to get the sound balance.
Kevin Goldsmith, College, says pulling a squad of failing players together, creating a small squad of players all pulling in the right direction and sparking that team spirit that finally delivered a trophy, finally for what our support deserves, but then becoming stale. The achievement will always be there, but Lopetegui will surely recognise our appetite and talent to attack at least at home.
No,
Julen Lopetegui.
that's his
Julio.
real name.
Lopetegui.
It's
Julen Lopetegui.
that's his real name.
I got a funny story about someone that we know
Go on.
who was in Spain, and the Spanish fans all thought he looked like Lopetegui.
Oh, really?
Anyway, Grant Croxford, the Boicester Hammer.
Was it Ian Dale?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
He does not look like Lopetegui.
Yeah, but he is in Spain.
He is in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, chaps, says the old Boicester Hammer. And he does really talk like this if you ever hear him. Like Dodsey a bit. They understand each other. My main memory of Moyes is substitutes warming up. And then coming back to the bench, me getting excited to see who's coming on, only for them to sit back down. Aww. Project Restart football was so exciting. I just don't think we ever reached those levels again. I think he's talking about 2001 there.
Is he?
3 seasons of European football has been unbelievable, and the 4 days in Prague will stay with me forever. Likes to drink, does old Grant as well, to be fair. In the end, Moyes couldn't adapt or evolve his tactics. The players on the pitch, in the transfer market, or from the academy. He didn't help himself with a microphone in front of him either, and he gave himself enough rope. Excited for Lopetegui. Hard to believe that his Sevilla record is the measuring stick, and we will challenge for the Conference League spot every season. Set his sights high, old Grant. The more
Julen
extreme...
Lopetegui.
Julio Lopetegui. The more extreme Moyes outcrowd will turn on him quickly, John, as his football isn't breakneck attack. We'll quickly find out that having more possession isn't what they wanted after all.
I'm fucking off in a minute. I'm going to go and join Claret and Blues Boys. if I'm that extreme, I'll
I
tell
like
you.
your right, Nick. Anyway, one final note to this essay. We will soon find out who the real reason there's never money to spend in January unless facing relegation. So it's ended 3-3, people, if you're following it.
How was it? It's penalties.
It does look like it. I'll give you updates. So what he said was basically, you're all going to find out having more position isn't what it's cracked up to be. Careful what you wish for, John. One final note to this essay, and he didn't write this much when he was at school, old Grant. We will soon find out the real reason why there's never money to spend in January, and I think it's Dave Sullivan. Brady out, Sullivan out, puppets spewing the company propaganda out.
Oh, what are you talking
That's
about?
you, Sean. I think.
I think it's you. Yeah,
I think that's you, Sean.
definitely you, Sean.
I think
He's not
everyone's
in
turn. I think everyone's turning on you, Sean.
Oh well.
Yeah. Well, we ain't got much more. Sean out.
'Cause I think it's about time we start throwing Kretinsky out as well.
Yeah.
Let's have him
Well,
out as well.
Why?
Yeah, I would.
Well,
All out.
all he's done is come in, throw some money in, and just let everyone do what they want. Have some control. Get involved.
Dan Numbers. Now he's a sensible man. Apart from football. Moyes' second half subs against Chelsea just about summed up his attitude to football. 4-0 down, and he took off Antonio for Ings, who will be moved on, and Paquetá off for Creswell, who's out of contract in the summer, leaving 3 youngsters on the bench. I don't know if that's a delayed.
I don't know. Understand.
We're talking about the Luton game now, Dan. I don't know if you're a week behind. I know you'd been ill, but blimey. You didn't lose a week of your life, did you? He said, I see Sean getting some stick in the week over publishing the Kudus release clause. Some people pay a £5 a month for the club's dirty laundry to be put in the public domain. Brady out.
Brady
Don't know
out.
what he's going on about there.
Julen Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui.
No, it's
Julen Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui.
That's exactly what he's saying. I don't know what to go with.
Julen Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui. There you go. I see. Look, Spanish. Father Chris. Diet Pepsi, as we shall now call
he's
him.
since he's now on Twitter. I'm not going to release
Oh, is
his
he?
name. Yeah, he's on Twitter.
right.
I'll send you his.
Send me a link. Yeah.
I'll send you a link.
Diet Pepsi with a straw.
Yeah.
Afraid I don't know very much about Lopetegui, but I'm looking forward to seeing what he might bring. That said, I was quietly hoping Slaven Bilic might come back because I was gutted when he left. Is that all you want to write, Chris? Is that it? So you spend an entire day in our company and nothing about what
I was
a great
chatting to
day
him
you
earlier,
had.
so he's had a
You know,
busy
nothing
day.
about how fantastic it was, how good, how hospitable we were. He's in our company before the game. He's in our company after the game. No. Fucking hell, Chris. I don't know.
Don't take no notice, Chris. Don't answer him or anything. Just enjoy your day and get on with your work.
Ed Hughes, who likes a bit of squirrel, I'll do it. He says, I'm upbeat about Loppy. He said, I can't spell it yet. Lopetegui. Julian. If Tim does some good early moves to strengthen the defence and a new striker, we should aim to have a strong pre-season. Onwards and upwards.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be refreshing to have some early signings.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Does it matter about a strong pre-season? We were shit in 85, 86, and look what happened.
Yeah,
But anyway.
well, it'd be nice to have some new signings in and get them sort of trained and coached and whatever into a system before the season starts, wouldn't it? That kind of sounds professional thing to do.
All right.
Who are you messaging now, Sean?
X.
All right.
Get well soon, by the way, X. Just out of hospital after having bleeding on the brain. So I had agreed with him that if he died before the last home game, I had reserved a place next to Huey to put him on the big screen. But it wasn't needed, after all, which is why, if you look at it, there's one with, they've got 3 ones for
Would
each
they
screen.
just put up like a black square? Right.
Well, no. After he's dead, we would have put a real picture up of him.
Oh, right.
I did tell him that. I said,
Well,
who cares about-
get well soon, mate. Hope you're all right.
No,
What
look,
on earth are you talking about?
we had a little joke with him that if he died, I agreed to get a picture up of him in the final home game, and that's why if you see at the end of my video, there's one with 2 instead of 3. That's because we reserved a spot for him on the video in memorial. But it was great because it wasn't needed in the end.
Good luck to him. I hope he gets well soon.
They get well soon, Nick.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? With his picture up on the screen, just underneath the more than just a podcast flag.
No, look, he's been really joking aside. He's been really poorly, so he's now on the mend. He's had a hole drilled in his head to release the pressure, and he's now back from hospital.
God, imagine the people that were paid to do that to you, Sean.
I know, right?
Dear, oh
What
dear.
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That's true. That's true. And he's just, it's a shame Ben Rama weren't the one that kicked him in the head because he would have missed. So
True.
next up, Stuart Masters. Evening, gents. West Oxon Hammer here. Oxon from Oxonian, which is an old Latin name for Oxford. There you go.
There you go.
Similar to Hants for Hampshire, but not sure. Oh, 5-3 Sunderland.
Oh no!
Anyway, sorry, people.
So we're out. We're out.
It does look like it, yes. Great live podcast from the match on Saturday, and great listening to the banter and the abuse of the Luton fans. There you go. I did think the Comida one was like a
Well,
bit.
Jordan said this. He said, "Well, some of the, the crowd noise went on for too long." But as I reminded him when we'd done outside broadcasts before, particularly our overseas listeners, who don't get to go to games, like to hear a little bit of the banter and a little bit of the singing.
3-3 Villa, Liverpool.
Oh no!
You're joking.
No.
It was 3-1 just a minute ago.
Yeah,
They've
3-3.
They've scored 2 goals in 3 minutes.
3-3.
Duran. Do you get it? Duran. Do you see what I did there?
No.
Duran. He scored 2 goals in 3 minutes.
So that actually,
Duran.
So what does that mean for? So not really, does it? So if Spurs win tomorrow, they'd be what? 2 points behind going into the last game.
Yeah.
So it's still, yeah.
That'll be 5 points, is it?
So there'd be,
Wouldn't it be
5 points
amazing
in front,
if Villa score one in the... Well, it's the 90th minute now. I don't know how much...
Hold on. I mean, I think there's going to be this VAR on this one.
Oh,
what on the third one, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's keep us up to date, John, because you know how the listeners will love this when they know the result already.
Yeah.
You can tell them about it.
Well, yeah, well,
I am so surprised people don't write in and complain.
Go, what the fuck
we talk
care?
about a game that's going on at the time.
Yeah.
Because when they listen 2 days later, they go, well, we fucking know that already, don't we?
yeah.
Yeah, especially as this one. I've already put up...
Mate, I'm surprised anyone listens to it anyway, let alone does any of
the
it.
fucking life out of me at times, I tell you.
I'll give you
Goal.
some insights. It's a goal.
Oh, it is a goal.
Goal.
Yeah, go, people. You heard it here first. More than just a...
Yeah, especially this one. This one doesn't get released till later.
It doesn't get released till tomorrow lunchtime.
You're award-winning more than just a podcast,
Yeah.
as we reminisced the other day.
Did you see what I put? I
did see that you put that. Yes, why I said it. Yeah. Anyway, Stuart Masters says he thinks Moyes has left a legacy that although at times he played dull football and was quite dull, as everyone else has said, but him leading us to winning a trophy and stabilising the club makes me thankful for... Are you thankful to him, John?
I appreciate the positives of what David Moyes did. Yes, I do.
That's good. He's got a question. Why does Sean keep saying "anywho" instead of "anyway" or "anyhow"?
Because he's an annoying little arsehole.
Oh right.
It's
what?
I think it's an American. No, it's not an American saying. I looked this up.
Canadian.
Anywho is an ancient saying.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
From where?
I think
Because he's asked, "Are you part of the Jockanese?"
What's Jockanese?
Well, I think it's half Japanese, half Scottish.
No.
No.
Anywho does. I was looking at the origin. It goes back to Old English. Oh no! It originated in Ireland. There you go. And my origins do come from Ireland. A name like Sean, Sean. My grandmother had Irish parents, or grandmother. I can't remember, but certainly her side of the family came from Ireland.
But I think what you'll actually find is the fact of the matter is if people who listen to this podcast long enough will understand that you can barely string words together without
But-
mispronouncing them anyway, and you've mispronounced it like that for
Anywho,
why.
so ANYHOO, anywho, is a variant of anyhow, which originated in Ireland
Yeah,
in
but I think
1850.
we
And hang
remember
on,
that I complained about it, said you're driving me nuts with you, anywho,
I mean, that's
and
the worst thing.
you've
That's the
doubled
worst-
down on it.
Yeah, I know. It's the worst thing to
So,
say. It's like going, don't do that. It's really annoying.
So
right?
that's why he does it, because it's bloody annoying.
Although it originated in Ireland, it has got Scottish origin, and the Oxford Dictionary said it was first used popular
Hold
in
up,
the
hold up.
1920s.
The Oxon Dictionary. Yeah. Let's
The
have it right.
Oxford.
The Oxon Dictionary.
Why the
let's get it right.
Oxon?
Well, because obviously Stuart is from Oxon. Yeah, if you didn't listen.
Oh, right,
Which is
okay.
Oxon from Oxonian, which was a Latin name for Oxford.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
There you go.
And back
Anyway.
round again.
It's a
Stuart did say I messaged Sean on Facebook Messenger anyway with my question, no reply. Can you chase him up, please, Nigel?
what?
Considering
in
he's
Messenger?
chased.
Who is it?
Stuart Masters.
All right, let me.
Thanks for your time and hard work on the pod. Keep it up, lads. Stuart.
Cheers, Stuart.
Thanks,
Stuart. No,
Nope, nothing.
maybe it was AI. Sean he messaged. Stuart with a E or a U or a
Stuart. Stuart.
yeah. No, nothing. Maybe message more than just a podcast. Do you think that's it?
Well, no, because normally I do reply to people that do that.
You're right. There's nothing.
Super
there.
Chrissy Mills. Evening, gents. Won't even pretend I know everything about Lopetegui. But let's just hope when we play shit teams, we don't play a low block and put everyone behind the ball. Also leaving one man up when we are defending corners. That'll be an improvement for me. Like everyone else, I'll never forget Prague, and I'll always be grateful to Moyes for that 40 plus years of supporting us. That was my favourite moment by far, especially if one of my boys was with me in the stadium. Question.
Question.
How many months before J-Lo, fucking J-Lo, Sean, quits when he realises Sullivan won't back him financially is full of shit?
Well, therein lies the true question, isn't it?
How long
will-
do you give him, Sean?
When will
Well-
Sullivan show his true colours again to our new manager?
Look, he's. I hear he's a man of principle.
Oh, Sullivan? Fuck off.
No, Lopetegui.
Oh.
And I could see a run in unless he allows Steiner to do all the talking. So that's so let's hope.
Julen Lopetegui.
Julen Lopetegui.
That's how you pronounce.
Julen Lopetegui.
Julen Lopetegui.
So that new one is different than the other one.
Yeah, it is.
Right, because this
So,
one.
which one are we? Which one are we going with now, Sean?
Hang on now.
Julen Lopetegui.
Julen Lopetegui.
So, you know,
Julen
Julen
Lopetegui.
Julen Lopetegui.
Julen Lopetegui.
Julen
Julen Lopetegui.
Lopetegui.
Julen Lopetegui.
anyway,
Julen
any more questions?
I
Lopetegui.
sound like Jamaican there, Lopetegui.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anywho.
hello chaps, I hope you're all well, says Mick Clifford, me old mucker. Opinion first, if I may. You may, Michael. Remember, it's based on me living abroad now, and I don't go as much. I'll definitely miss Moyes. I don't care, John, about the style of football. I never have ever.
Let me send me that question. I want to see the John bit. Yeah.
Hang on, let me have a look. Let's have me have a
As I
look.
said, I don't care about the style of football. Never have, John, ever. I don't
No.
buy into having a go at the big teams and winning, playing
Hang
the
on.
West Ham way.
John, I'm just
It's
checking this
actually
out.
as a thing as why we started supporting West Ham. That's just as make-believe as the Tooth Fairy. Utter nonsense, John. We all know why individually we first started supporting West Ham, and the brand of football had about as much to do with it as the price of eggs in Guatemala to do with it. John ran over.
Yeah, did
Anyway.
mention John once, by the way.
Seeing us pulled out of the hat in the first European League season to be in a group with European football was brilliant, as was the 3 seasons in Europe. He says, last year was unrivalled as my best moments watching us in my 58-year adult life. With Alkmaar away in Prague, just fantastic experiences that stay with me for life, and to share it with my kids was fantastic. Thank you, David Moyes. Thank you. Now, question.
Thanks, Mike. That was a really touching,
There you go.
emotional.
Sean seemed a bit angry to me, to be fair. He obviously got a problem with John. Sean, what's Loppy Steiden's first choice? Well, was Loppy Steiden's first choice? If not, who was? Is Steiden hanging about even if it wasn't his first choice? Will he hang around if he's vetoed by Sully or Loppy on incoming transfers?
So, I mean, the deal's done, as we said in the last one, so there's no if, maybe, etc. My understanding, I said on the last podcast, is this is a man they chased privately for some time. Yes, it was leaked to the press. We won't go into why and who leaked that to the press. I'm sure the person had their reasons. That upset David Moyes and backfired. But, you know, it's very difficult to do these things in quiet. If it wasn't this person, then agents talk and other people talk and tennis partners and, you know, whoever. I believe that Amarin was a smokescreen. I don't think we'd ever paid the £10 million wages a year for a 3-year deal. I don't think we'd ever paid the 17 million compensation clause, which it was, and not 12 as quoted. And, you know, I think, again, he's unproven in the Premier League, which is not what David Sullivan does. Yes, he was a Will Salthouse agent, and the reason is Lopetegui's agent actually went to Atletico Madrid. So he was without an agent, and Will Salthouse put it together. I mean, that's what Will Salthouse does. So I think that Amarin was just an absolute smokescreen, which backfired majorly on Amarin, but I don't think he was ever in the running. I think Lopetegui was the front man all along. He was Tim Steiden's man. Tim Steiden did all the meetings and all the interviews. And Mark Noble puts out the cones, you know. So, you know, believe what you want to, but I think Tim Steiden's fully signed on to him. Don't believe the hype. Did that answer your question, Nigel?
Have you finished, Sean? Sorry.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, sorry.
Fucking hell, you went on there, innit? Anyway, he then finishes and says, best podcast of the season for me. Thanks to all of yous. And you, John. Brady,
What was the best podcast this season?
I don't know, this one, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Last on Facebook, not the last. Evening all, he says, it'd be Dardsy.
Dardsy.
He ain't going to write my anthems.
Dodds is on the outside broadcast as well, by the way.
Anyway, that's good to know. Memories of Moyes, there are loads, but the one that stands out is when we walked out. I want you to sing along with this, John. When he walked out over, when we were held back for nearly 2 hours in Lyon, and we were all singing, "We've got Super David Moyes." Not singing, John. Come on.
He knows exactly
What we need.
I'm falling asleep here.
Where else is it?
Zoomer in attack. Yeah.
Super.
We're going to win the Europa League.
He said
20 at the back.
Yeah. No one in attack. He said, Stodzy then says he loved it because he's just stood there and soaked it up. See us lift the European trophy for me means he should get a statue outside the ground somewhere. Look how Dodzy. Lopetegui, or J-Lo as it's easier, like he said last week. The king is dead, long live the king, whatever he brings. He says, one game to go and he gets to see Nigel at the Etihad, so that will be fun. I will hunt you down, Dodsey, believe me. One question, he said, well, maybe two. What is the shit between Alvarez and Moyes? And do you believe Flynn Downs will come back? Brady and the Poison Dwarf, out, fucking get them out. Super 6 golf day over and out.
Out. We discussed that in the first one about what has he got, what is his problem with Alvarez.
It doesn't matter, does it? For one more game, new manager comes in.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't really
but we
matter.
did discuss it.
And Flynn
We don't know.
Downs, as I said, Moyes and his staff didn't rate him as a Premier League player. Thought he was a Championship player. But new manager may have a different view.
Cunnington then says, Dodsey, which is quite funny. My cousin's son was so impressed I knew you, but he had no idea who I was.
I know that I've met him, but I bumped into his cousin's son, and he never knew I was Canning Town Len until a few minutes ago. Well, of course, if you hear to Dodsey, and when you do hear the Dodsey interview, he uses his real name. I goes, "You mean Canning Town Len?" He went, "Oh yeah, Canning Town Len." And I go, and he mentioned it again. He goes, "You mean Len? Yeah, you can't."
Captain Happy then finished off, I'm glad I was too busy if this was the fucking thing.
Captain Happy.
Oh dear. Quickly, I shall swim through Twitter.
Breaststroke or backstroke?
Gary
or...
Prince says, your mate Sean, long time no question. Hope we're all well. Best memory of Moyes is finally having a manager that went for it in a cup. You like that, John? He took the European campaign seriously.
Picks and chooses.
Yeah. Oh, well, he picked all the European campaigns, though, John, which was refreshing, says Gary.
His European campaign legacy I doubt if it'll get beaten by another West Ham manager.
No. Won every group.
Yeah, he's just unbelievable.
Unbeaten.
Guys, come on, it's a Monday. We've got to finish.
Really looking forward to Lopetegui, as it had gone stale, though. Will be good. Aki, or Mike Aki.
Lopetegui.
Julen Lopetegui. Evening, boys. Why has Sullivan still got his grubby paws all over the deals? He should be with bouncy boobs on a yacht in the middle of the Caribbean, loaded on martinis and Viagra.
Watch this space.
I agree.
You never know.
You
You never know. I think he will take a more of a backward seat, but I did.
He's got to try and take a low profile, and he's got lots of stuff going on.
Listen, when you're only 5 foot high, you can only take a low profile, John.
There you go. Straight into
Sean will know all about that.
Take
Anyway.
a breast of it.
Yes. Blimey, even they're taller than him. If Jesse signed after the lockdown, if Zuma and Ogbonna's knees hadn't failed them, if he'd found a younger Antonio, and if he hadn't been so negative,
he'd still be here.
yeah, he gave us that night in Prague.
Yeah.
Brady out, Sullivan out.
Brady out. Sullivan out.
My good friends, Mr. Ted Sexton. Evening, gents. Daveson. Hope Len's voice is better. His voice is better. It's the... He went for a walk and the cars were waiting for him to turn green. So, after all the sun he got. Kufau to me was excellent and showed his commitment to the club. Brings Earthy on and follows up with Ings and Creswell, 2 older players, and left Mabama and Kelly on the bench. Give them playing time, surely.
French.
I felt a bit sorry for Mabama, to be honest, because George Earthy comes on, scores like first touch. He's had about 5 minutes of football and scored a goal already. And Mabama's been brought on in games and everything, still not scored, though he's directly led to 2 goals that I think have since been credited as own goals by the defenders. West Ham Span says, how long until that melon from Claret and Booze? I can't read that out, actually. Very funny, West Ham Span, maybe. Hi, gents, says Anthony Collins. Which of the current starting 11 would you be happy to see starting next season?
Areola.
Bowen?
Ariola.
Yeah, Areola, Bowen, Caduce, Alvarez,
Yeah. Emerson.
Yeah.
Ward Prowse?
Yeah, I don't object to Ward-Prowse at all.
No,
That's
me
what I'm saying.
neither.
It's the defence that's the problem. Going forward, we got good firepower.
Yeah.
The back line is the problem.
Qatar if he wants to stay as well.
Yeah, Paquetá if he would stay. Yeah.
Adam Leatherbarrow. I had a wheel when the wheel fell off. Lots of good memories I can think of. He does drone on, does Adam. 4-0 Bournemouth, 3-2 Chelsea, 3-3 Spurs, 2-0 Seville, 3-0 Lyon, 4-1 Genk, 1-0 Alkmaar, 2-1 Fiorentina in Prague, 3-1 Arsenal in the Cup. He's sure there's more. But he's got bad ones, John, for you.
Does he say for John? Yeah.
He does say for John.
Yeah, right.
Bowing out in the League Cup quarters when we could have given it a go. Yeah, we could have given it a go and lost 1-0. Calvin Phillips, Frankfurt away. Heavy losses this season to Villa, Fulham, Arsenal, Chelsea, Palace.
Yeah, Frankfurt away was a highlight.
Not utilising quality strikers in Haller and Skamaka and lack of possession in the games. Oh, but on Lopetegui, I felt the club could have gone more ambitious with a younger manager and build a long-term project. He isn't the coach I would have picked, but that's not saying he isn't a bad coach. Short-term project to build a younger squad. A squad that he can use youth players, more homegrown talent. You should pay for a blue tick ad demand you tweeted here. It would have saved you a lot of effort. We can only judge him after the next 2-3 years and see the state of the squad he leaves for the next coach. To me, what really does feel like they're keeping an eye on Julian Nagelsmann. He was previously going to walk away from the German national side after Euros, but signed a new 2-year to see him to the World Cup in America. Apparently, Adam knows that Kretinsky wanted him in the past. Kretinsky ain't wanted anything to do with West Ham, Adam, apart from take his money when it's time to bail out.
Yeah.
When someone buys the whole club and everything, and he makes billions.
Of course, making his bid for Royal Mail.
Yeah, Steidham rates him highly. So let's see what happens in 2026. From all we can do is hope J-Lo to improve on what Moyes has done. As Nigel said previously, maybe making that slight step from Moyes to Lopetegui is what West Ham need right now. And I can't argue with that. Well, you just put up a fucking good effort of arguing with it, Ed, to be fair. But anyway, Pete Andrews says of Moyes, the best bit of business West Ham has ever done. John. And
getting rid of Moyes?
Yeah, no, keeping him. Hiring him, I think.
And with that, that's the end of question time?
Oh, no, it wasn't. That was... Sorry, Pete. That was Pete replying to a different tweet of mine.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
So that was nothing to do with Moyes. So cancel that one.
So that's it?
That is it.
Excellent. Well, this has been question time with John and Nigel and Sean. I'm sure we'll be back next week at the end of the season. We'll be talking about the City game, our hopes, and then we'll probably be taking a break. We'll be talking about Super 6, who's won Super 6.
And whether we can finally get the seesaw test done when we have our podcast drink in the summer.
Then, we might have a little... Should we have a little outside broadcast maybe at the party or not?
We'll see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. I'll take my dictaphone and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's all we have for this week. I've been Sean. John has been...
here and made it through to the end.
And Nigel has been...
using his finger.
Fishing. Just fishing and fishing.
Right. Come on, you irons.
Bobby Moore.
Julian Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui.
Bobby Moore.
Julian Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui.
Bye.
Julian Lopetegui. 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 Julen 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 Lopetegui.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great!
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!